There was a guy in his room in the middle of the night. Did someone break into my house? That is a question I asked myself a while back when a lot of weird things happened here. My name is Quinten and I make videos every Wednesday and Saturday to try and connect with each other and light up your day. So, and if you don't want to miss another video, you can of course subscribe and click the bell notification. So I live in a studio apartment complex and basically it is run by this organization. They are allowed to get into your room whenever they want and basically just make any adjustment they want to it, like that weird thing on the wall. But one of the things that is a perk from it is that once a month or something they clean your place. I actually don't really want them to come in, but it wasn't even an optional thing. So the monthly clean was planned on this one Friday, but the thing is I don't want them to come in and just change everything, so I put the "please do not come in" sign on my door. I go to work, I come back, and truth be told, everything is still fine. After the weekend, it's Monday, I get back from work. I walk here back into my apartment, and the thing is I have an incredible eye for detail. So the first thing I see is my bathroom door is open slightly more than I usually do. Mainly because I usually close it because of silverfish infestation. Doesn't matter. I see that it's slightly open and I think, what? Did I forget to close the door? Weird, strange. Also, I went to bed with wet hair, so that's why this happens. Not smart. So I walk inside and I look at my tab. It's one of those tabs where you can switch between cold and hot water with the same thing. So I look and I see that it's switched to warm water. And I think, what? But I never use warm water. And I turn around and I see that my toilet is completely closed. That was the biggest giveaway that someone had been in there because no one does that. So I think, did they clean it? But they didn't even leave any. Okay, you know what? So I called up the place, like the people that run it. Could have just walked over to them, but you know, I'm not gonna walk all the way through like a hallway. So I'm like, hey, was there like a cleaning today? And they were like, no, actually, for you guys, like that was last Friday. So I'm like, someone has definitely been in here. And they were like, oh, was any stuff stolen? I'm like, no, I immediately checked that. Luckily, nothing was stolen. But why were there people in here? And they looked in the computers like, oh, maybe they did yours this day. For some reason, so let me look. No, absolutely no one was in there today. There most certainly was. So they put on a new lock, gave me like a new key and everything, just reset the whole thing. And they were like, gee, yeah, actually, we have no idea. Most probably it was because I had the do not disturb thing on the time that they cleaned it, so the cleaner just decided to do it some day later where I didn't have that thing on. But that's not the creepy thing, because the day after is when the really creepy stuff happened. So with all of the people at my floor, my community, I'm in a WhatsApp group so we can talk about, oh my god, who left their plate in the sink? So I'm at work and suddenly this one guy goes, so did any of y'all also have a guy walk into your room at 1 a.m.? No, clearly not. So we were like, okay, a little more detail. Like he went offline. I'm like, dude, we're gonna need a little more detail here. So he goes, yeah, no, I was sleeping and my door just, I hear my door unlock and it opens and this guy walks in and I just yell, who are you? Get out of here. And he runs away, slams the door. And I was like, oh my god, what did you do next? He was like, yeah, I was in my underwear. I'm not gonna run after him. And I'm like, because the dude that said that, he's pretty buff. He could have caught the guy, but he didn't because I'm like, I'm not gonna walk into the hallway with my underwear. Anyway, so we were like, dude, you have to address that immediately at the people that run this place. And they're like, yeah, I'll do that later. It took a whole day for him to go. I was nervous because people were suddenly all like, I also had the feeling there was someone in my room tonight. I also had this. And I was also like, oh my god. And people were like, because I had addressed like, I think there was someone in here because of the cleaning thing. And they were like, Quinten, you said the same thing. I was like, oh my god, who is this person? Because the people that work here are able to get into everything they want. They have like a key that works for everything. So we are very scared, but he didn't go. And we're constantly like, dude, we need more info. And he was completely gone. Like in WhatsApp, you can see who has read your stuff. Every message was read by everyone except that guy. So people were like, huh, he's been taken by them. We're like, oh dude, calm down, too soon or something. We're all worried. So it's evening. I'm about to go to sleep, but we still know nothing. No response from the guy at all. So I'm worried and I have to cross this hallway to get to the kitchen. So it's time for me to eat food. And I basically like, I take like a fork with me to just stab someone if they run up to me and they're like, ha, I'm an evil person. I don't know what I was thinking. Basically, I was super worried because I was like, what if the moment I step out, someone gets back into my room? Because they can. So that night I slept with the door in front of us. With a chair in front of the door. I just didn't feel safe and I was like, I feel like I should feel safe in my own place. The next day we finally get a reply from the guy that had the guy in his room. I mean the guy who lives here, my neighbor. He just hadn't gone the first day. He didn't care enough to just go there. I'm like, oh my god, I would have gone insane if I didn't know. Because I was already going insane and I wasn't even the one who had someone in my room. So he's like, yeah, it turns out it's a new person. He just started working here and he was trying to find a kitchen to do a kitchen inspection, but instead accidentally mistook my door for the kitchen. And I'm like, there are a lot of two things that aren't really adding up to this story, and I really hope that you've caught onto them too, even though one of them you can't really know. One of them is the fact that every door here has a room number on it, except for the kitchen, which is largely displaying kitchen, which I feel like is quite noticeable, especially because there are motion sensor lights in the hallway, so it's not like, yeah, it was dark, you couldn't see, because the moment you step in, everything just illuminates. So how did he mistake like 4, 5, 6, 8 or something, I'm just making something up, I don't even know what that guy's room number is, for the word kitchen? Secondly, and I feel like this is the elephant in the room, why are kitchen inspections scheduled at 1 a.m.? I know that there's a 24-hour staff all the time to just be there in case something bad happens, but who's just like, oh, Mike, welcome to your first day. Is this your first night shift? Yeah. So you know that place is like the furthest away from our office? Yeah. 1 a.m. How about you go, like, check on that kitchen? It's perfect. No! What? Nothing added up about it. I felt like it was covered up. I still slept with the chair in front of my door for about a week after that. Finally, everything cooled down. No one is really thinking about it anymore. But to be perfectly honest with you, to me, it's still pretty scary. So there you go. Did someone break into my house? I don't know. But I would love to know what you think of this situation. But also, what would you do in this situation? And if you want to stay here and light each other's day up, you can of course subscribe to this channel. But above all, I really hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you next time.